everyone, it's Stretford Post. How you're doing? And welcome to the match preview between Everton and Manchester United, guys. Thank you so much for joining me on this pre-recorded show, of course, guys. Sorry I couldn't be live today, but you know what? I'm here in the flesh. And guys, you can write a comment down below. Please don't forget to let me know your feelings about this stream. Send some comments. Give me some pointers and stuff like that in regards. Give me your best Manchester United versus Everton match, of course, guys. I mean, I go way back. Further back than I would have liked, but yeah, I go way back, guys, when it comes to Manchester United and Everton. Everton, we've had some great games. Everton have cost us over the years, of course. I bring in the game against Manchester United back in 2012 when Manchester United blew, was it, a lead against Everton, 4-2, ended up being 4-4, which ultimately cost us the league in 2012. And obviously, Aguero scored that goal. If we all remember that, don't we, at the end of the day? And, you know, when I think about Man United and Everton, automatically I think about the FA Cup finals. Of course, the one in the 80s, 1985, and then we had 1995, you know, which were two different results, of course, guys. And, you know, and I remember, you know, the games in the 90s with Everton. Everton were always notoriously difficult to play, especially at Goodison Park. And this game has a little bit of extra spice because not only is David Moyes in charge of Everton, but this is the last game that Manchester United will be playing at Goodison Park. I mean, I don't think Everton are in the FA Cup, but I'm not sure. I'll have to check that. But, you know, this will be the last game Man United will play at Goodison Park, most likely. And, you know, this is a game that, I mean, when I think about Goodison Park, I mean, I think we've had some good results there. I think it's one of our happy hunting grounds, you know, and when I look at the games in the past at Goodison Park, and you know, we've had some great games, some great wins, you know, coming back from behind from 2-0 down to beating Everton 4-2 back in 2013, around that time, if we remember, you know, and no, 2008, wasn't it? Sorry, excuse me, 2007, 2008. And, you know, we've had some decent games there, you know, but, you know, if I bring in some of course, games that I remember, and I'm fondly, you know, I remember fondly, of course, guys. One of those games, of course, was this one, right? 1985, you know, Manchester United defeated Everton 1-0 at Wembley to lift the FA Cup, of course. And to be honest with you, it was a tough game. It was before my time. I started supporting Man United around the late 80s, but you know, it was a tough game, of course, guys. If we look at it, it was a good final. And Everton back then were a decent outfit. Everton back then were a good team. They're probably the best team at the time, you know, if we're looking at it, of course, guys. But when we look at 10 years later, and we look at this game, and we look at Manchester United 0, Everton 1. And we look at this game in particular. Now, a game at Wembley. We never really, for example, accelerated at Wembley. Like, I mean, I can remember the Chelsea game when we won 4-0 in 1994. But a year later, look, we lost 1-0, courtesy of a Paul Rideout goal at Wembley. It came off the post, the crossbar, and then he headed it in, and Manchester United lost the game by 1-0. Now, look, when... It ended a bad week for Man United. Man United lost the league title to Blackburn Rovers by the skin of our teeth. Of course, not being able to beat West Ham at Upton Park. And then we went on and lost the FA Cup final. Everyone expected us to win, but we lost. And when we look at this result, this signaled a change in Manchester United's fortunes, because Manchester United went on to get rid of the likes of Paul Ince and Andre Kanchelskis and Mark Hughes and bring in youth players. And you can't win anything with kids' team, of course. That class of 92 came through in 1995, 1996. And of course, that was brilliant, you know, and it ended up creating a new legacy for Man United, a new team for Man United that went on, of course, to win the treble, of course, guys. Recently, we've had some great wins at Everton. I mean, not least this win 3-0, which was I believe it's our last visit to Goodison Park, the last one. And Garnacho scored the Puskas winning goal, of course. And now when I look at Garnacho, I look at this goal and I look at that and I think, you know what? When a player can do something like this, this shows the talent of the player. This shows the talent of the player. This shows what this player is capable of. This player is capable of magic moments. And you know what? those magic moments will turn into consistent moments. And when you've got 20-year-olds at the football club, you know, they will improve and they will get better, you know, and we have to support Garnacho, of course. And this win against Everton, fantastic. One of our better results, of course. Our last result against Everton earlier in the season, you know what? Probably our best performance of the season when we're looking at things, guys. I remember doing this stream and I remember watching this game and I thought Man United did all right. You know what I mean? I thought we did okay. We won 4-0 in this game. And to be honest with you, probably, you know what, our best game of the season when you're thinking about it, especially at Old Trafford, how bad we've been at Old Trafford. We've been very poor at Old Trafford. So when you're looking at this game, it was probably our best game at Old Trafford, if we're being totally honest with ourselves. And you know, I mean, I remember before this game, I remember everyone was saying, oh, we're going to lose this game, you know, blah, 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 and stuff like that. You know, United will lose and United will, you know, Everton is a tough team. And, you know, and then suddenly out of the blue, we come out with a result like this. You know, we come out with a result like this. And, you know, and it couldn't have been any better, to be fair. It couldn't have been any better. Man United winning 4-0. And we haven't really had any results like that, apart from when you think about Barnsley. You think about Barnsley and you think about how, you know, we beat Barnsley 7-0. That was about it. You know what I mean? Other than that, we haven't really excelled ourselves like this and scoring goals. I mean, wouldn't it be nice if Man United can get a similar result this season against Everton at Goodison Park? Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be great? I mean, I would love that. And to be honest with you, will it happen? I don't know. You got Goodison Park. You got David Moyes. And you know what? They're going to be up for this game. You know, the last game at Goodison Park, you know, David Moyes, they're going to be right up for this game. And we're going to have to be ready for this game, guys. Really do. And if Man United are not ready for this game, you know what David Moyes is like. He did it at West Ham. He raises his game against Manchester United. He really does. He does it all the time. And obviously, we have to be wary of that. We have to be wary of that. And we have to be wary of the David Moyes tactic. The David Moyes tactic, which he does all the bloody time, guys. Absolutely. All the time. He does this David Moyes tactic where he'll play against, you know, Man United and stuff like that. But when it comes to the other teams, the smaller teams, they'll underperform. But fair play to David Moyes that he has got Everton playing again. They are doing okay. We have to be honest with ourselves. Hopefully their run comes to an end. And to be honest with you, hopefully Man United get the win. And I do hope so, because we need this, guys. We really do that. We need Man United to get to safety. And we need Man United to win some more games, because at the moment I'm tired of hearing about, Man United basically getting relegated, because I don't think Man United are going to get relegated. I really don't. I think Man United are safe enough. I know a relegation could happen for anyone, but I think Man United are safe enough, to be honest, in regards to the league, and 12 points clear of the relegation zone. If we're being fair, Man United be relegated would be a big shock, wouldn't it, at the end of the day? But you know what? We can't say that it won't happen completely, but it is an overreaction, in my opinion. In my humblest of opinion, guys, it is a little bit of an overreaction, guys. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give my prediction for this game. I'm gonna go through the game, of course, and I want you to let me know what you think. I want you to give me your predictions for this game. I want you all to give me your predictions for this game. I want you all to tell me, what do you think will happen in this game? What will be the score? And I want you, I'm going to call out the person who gets the score right? Okay, guys, I'm not going to give my score line just yet, because I don't, you know what? At the end of the day, I'm going to see what we do. Of course, guys, I'm going to see how Man United, I'm going to tell you at the end of the show, basically. That's what I'm going to do, of course, guys. So we'll have to wait and see. But you know what? I would say Man United are going to win this game. That's what I would do. I would say that Man United are going to win this game. Man United will win this game comfortably. And we will move on, and we won't be threatened of relegation anymore. We won't have that relegation hovering over us anymore, because I know what people are doing. They want to, excuse me, I'm just writing this tweet. I know that people want the negative story. They want the sensationalist story that Man United, lose again, and Man United are going to get relegated. Man United need to win this game. We know that Man United need to win this game. We've got a few games coming up that I believe that Man United should win. I believe that Man United should win. And Ipswich Town, I think Man United should win. I know the way we've been playing, it hasn't been great. I know that. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, I know the way we've been playing, it hasn't been great. And I feel like We need this. We need something like, something like this to happen for Man United to start building again and just build a little bit of positivity, to build a platform for us, going forward. Do you know what I mean? That's what we need, because at the moment it's a cesspit of negativity. It really is. It really is a cesspit of negativity, guys. And to be honest with you, I'm tired of the negativity. I know it's difficult. I do know it's difficult in regards to trying to be positive in a time that where Man United are losing so much. Man United are 15th in the league. It's not easy to be positive, guys. It's definitely not easy to be positive in a moment like this. But you know what? There's such a thing as a fair weather fan, and a fan that supports the team through thick and thin. It's not being delusional. It's not being anything like that. But what it is being, it's just showing a bit of belief that we can do it. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we can start winning and we can move up that table. I mean, how far can Man United get up this table? When you look at it and you look at the table right now, how far Man United can get? I mean, Man United can get into top half. If Man United finish in the top half of the table this season, I'll be delighted, of course, guys. I really will be delighted. So when we look at the last 5 results against Everton, and we look at this, it's covering the whole screen, but we look at this and you look at Everton, and Everton have been our lucky team. They've been our team, the team that we've actually been done well against. We've actually done well against Everton over the last few years. We're in a running of 5 wins in a row, guys. So, you look at that 4-0, 2-0, 3-0, 2-0, 3-1. So, in theory, Man United should be winning this game if we're being honest with ourselves, because Man United, I've done pretty well against them. But you know what? This is a different scenario. This is a different game. And you know what? David Moyes will be up for it. David Moyes will be up for this game, of course, guys. So the lineup I'm going to give, guys, sorry, it's a bit small, but the lineup I'm going to give for this game, I'm saying De Ligt will play in goal. Onana will play in goal. De Ligt, Maguire, Mazruri will play in defence. Dorgu and left back. Dalot right back. Bruno and Agate in midfield. Garnacho up front with the number 10. Xerxes, the number 10. And Højlund, the number 10, the striker for Man United. That is the lineup I'm going to be going for this game, guys. That's the lineup I'll be going for. Let me know your lineups. Let me know if you agree, disagree. It's all good. We are a democracy here at the end of the day. Let me know what you feel about the lineup. If you like the lineup, let me know. That'd be great. If not, you know what? Let me know what you would play. Because at the end of the day, we have players that we ain't got a big squad. We got about 25 players there, and we're sort of rotating the same players again and again and again at the moment. And we do need, of course, a bigger squad. And Man United need signings, of course they do, and we haven't had signings. We haven't had a good enough January. Man United need a better January than they have had, of course, guys. So what I would say is that I'm going to remain positive, and I'm going to say Manchester United will win this game by 3-1. That is my prediction, and I'm going to say that Man United will win this game by 3-1, guys. Let me know what your feelings are in regards to that. I know not many people are going to agree with it. They might say, we're not going to win. We're not going to score 3 goals. I just got this feeling in my head. I got this feeling it's going to be a good night. Absolutely. I got this feeling in my head that Man United will win by 3-1, guys. I do believe that. And that is my score. Let me know your scores down below. Let me know your lineups, your preference in regards to the lineups. Let me know. Big game for Man United. Win this game. We go above Everton. To be honest with you, I know going above Everton shouldn't even be a thing, should it, at the end of the day? But you know what I would say is that, guys, Man United need this. Man United need a win. Man United need something to happen, of course, this game. And this is the game. We got a good record over them. We really have, to be honest with you. And we move on, and we can hopefully gain some momentum, get some positive vibes going around the football club. Because at the moment, we don't have any positive vibes at this football club right now. And everything that comes out is negative. And I'm just trying to give a little bit of a positive thing, because it's not healthy being negative all the time. It really isn't. And I just want us to be unified as a fan base. We've got the march going on the 9th of March, of course. We got the march going on the 9th of March, of course. And I'm just looking forward to, digging it into the Glazers. And hopefully, we really do something special in this game. I really do hope so. And Man United win the game, of course, guys. Let me read some quotes that have been happening over the last few days, of course, guys. We read this. Very important quotes going on, knocking around Man United at the moment. Sir Jim Ratcliffe light grip on outgoings even extends to Chief Executive Omar Barada, whose sign-off only goes up to 25,000. So he could easily lose his job. Payments above that requires approval from ownership group. So basically, who's to sign off only goes up to 25,000. There you go. So at the end of the day, he's not got full power, guys. He's not got full power, of course. So the Glazers sold Sir Jim Ratcliffe a 28.94% stake for 750 million, retaining majority control while outsourcing operational responsibility and public criticism to him. The deal includes drag-along rights, potentially forcing Sir Jim Ratcliffe to sell if the Glazers opt for a full sale later, netting them a further profit. It's all about profit for those greasy, dirty rats at this football club. It is all about profit for them. Absolutely disgusting, and you know what? They don't care about this football club. The fact that on this image right here, the fact that they're standing, I believe, at Wembley Stadium. I believe it's Wembley Stadium. They shouldn't even be allowed at Wembley Stadium next to Man United. It disgusts me when I see this, of course, because you know what? We shouldn't allow it to happen. They should be hounded out. Hounded out. Anywhere Man United are, if they're in England, they need to be hounded out, this football club. Absolutely. So Jim Ratcliffe has implemented a zero-based budgeting policy, which every single item of expenditure is scrutinized in an attempt to drive down costs. Cartons of screws are being individually counted by the group property services team at Manchester United. Meanwhile, staff have noted how the portion sizes in the canteen at Old Trafford are smaller, and now there is less variety. And the bulk orders of vegetables at Carrington require sign-offs. One employee joked it would be easier to smuggle drugs than to send a letter with envelopes, scarce stamps, expensive, and the expenses are very much on small email. Oh my goodness me. And absolute madness at the moment. We're a madhouse at the moment, guys. Manchester United are a madhouse. So when you read this, when you read things like this, it just makes you giggle. It makes you laugh. You shouldn't laugh, really. But you know what? You don't know whether to laugh or cry when I read this. It's disgusting. Do you know what I mean? Now, we told you so. Where are the apologies? Word emerged that Kath Phillips, RIP, listed next of kin, received a call from the club 2 days after her death, inquiring about the status of her 2 season tickets. Manchester United, however, clarified that this was a misunderstanding, emphasized that there have been no requests to recall the sea tickets. Disgusting. We don't believe those liars. We don't believe them. Absolutely disgusting. The Ineos are disgusting. The Glazers are disgusting. They're all one of the same evil. Absolutely one of the same evil. Absolutely disgusting. Morale among Manchester United staff is widely described as being on the floor. Angrily disillusioned and fearful ranked and file employees feel it has reached the point where they are paying the price of long-term failures under the Glazers, but also a series of botched decisions at executives level by Ineos. Ineos have made a lot of mistakes. Have already wasted a lot of money. The Glazers, it's your debt, not ours. Why are the normal people, the hardworking people of Manchester United suffering for your debt? Suffering for your debt. Now, I'm not letting these players off the hook. These players need to perform on the football pitch, and that starts tomorrow against Everton. These players need to perform on the football pitch. That's what they need to do. And if they don't perform on the football pitch, get out of this football club at the end of the day. People are losing their jobs at this football club. People need to understand that when people are losing their job at this football club, we need to, of course, start moving as a football club, for goodness sake. You look at in regards to Phil Jones has been talking. You all remember Phil Jones is working with the youth team now. I don't know why. Mates for rates, jobs for mates, of course. You look at Chido, who we just signed from Arsenal, who's an animal. You look at Ahmad, who has got a couple of really good loans. And I remember watching him winning it against Liverpool in extra time last season. And I had said at that time, he'd play a huge part in next season. Absolutely. And we hope we can see Chido Obi Martin a lot more this season, of course. We really hope we can see him a lot more in the colours of Man United, of course. And hopefully he gets some game time tomorrow. Let's wait and see, of course. Phil Jones also said, working in and around the academy and helping those young players develop. Hopefully they don't teach him how to get injured. Manchester United have some really good and talented young players coming through. We know that, Phil. We know that. You know, this hopefully they get a chance. This hopefully they get a chance, of course. The squad has had a lot of injuries against Tottenham and the bench was full of kids, but there were some talented players on that bench. People might not know a lot about them now, but they certainly will in the next few years. I think if you look at the Kobe Mainoo top player, absolutely is a top player. Played too much, of course, as well, though. I played with Ahmed and you could see his quality. Yes, really good and really strong. As I said, there's a great crop of young players really ready to be given a chance and integrated into the team. Let's do that, guys. Let's integrate the team and let's hopefully we see some of those youngsters tomorrow against Everton, of course, at Goodison Park. The last time that Man United will be going to Goodison Park, of course, guys. Many memories at Goodison Park, you know what I mean? As I've been touching on and I've been reminiscing about the old times, you know what I mean? And the nostalgia that goes with Goodison Park. You know, it's an old-fashioned stadium and good people work at Goodison Park. And you know what? But unfortunately, people have to move on. And you know what? It is a shame. Of course, we are eventually going to move on. Great that they got their stadium built in no time. You know, unfortunately, Man United, they ain't even started yet. We ain't even found the funding for it yet. So, you know, at the end of the day, you know, we need to start thinking about where we're going to be playing soon. Because you know what? Old Trafford is decaying. You either just make a decision. If you ain't got the money, sell up the club. Don't stay at the club at the end of the day. You know, but their ego will suggest that they're going to stay at the club for as long as you know. I mean, now that people ask each other, is it worse now? And I have to agree that it is worse. I think it is worse now than it used to be, of course. Because now the Glazers have got a foothold. They've got someone who can bail them out. You know, they got someone who can bail them out and they got a foothold at this football club. And before they were on their own, they had to find the finances themselves. Now they got good old Jim to get them out, of course, guys. And, you know, that's why I would say that it's worse. So, you know, this morning I made a poll in regards to what do people think about Ineos? Is it worse now than it was before, of course, guys? So, you know, obviously the majority of people suggested that it was worse. It is worse. And, you know what I mean? And so to be honest with you, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them for thinking that because at the end of the day, it is worse because the Glazers have been facilitated by Ineos, and you know it looks like they're going to be staying here for the foreseeable future. And it's sad as it is, you know. And you know we need to turn up the heat a little bit, just get a little bit more like you know what I mean. And that's what we need to do at the end of the day, guys. That's what we need to do. Man United, in my opinion, will win tomorrow. I think Man United will win by 3-1. I'm edging towards 3-2 or 2-1. I'm going 3-1, guys. I'm going 3-1 for Man United tomorrow. And hopefully we have a bit more of a positive vibe about the place. I really hope so, guys. And we move up that table. We move up that table, to be honest with you. And let's wait and see what happens. Let's try and stay a little bit positive. Let's not be overly zealous. We know we can't. In the situation that's going to happen for Man United, it's hard to be overly zealous. It's hard to be overly positive and delusional. It is easy to fall into that little delusional sort of pattern. But I want to know your opinions. I'm going to respond to every single one of your opinions on this stream. I want to know what your feelings are about Everton Man United. What was your earliest memory of Everton Man United? What's your score prediction for Man United versus Everton? And what is your team lineup for that game, predicted lineup for that game? Well, let me know, guys. Drop a comment. Let me know. I know this is not live. I don't go live all the time, unfortunately. But this, guys, I'll be interested to know your opinions. And I'll be responding to anyone, of course, everyone, of course, who writes their opinion in regards to the game, guys. Absolutely. Everton versus Manchester United. Man United will win 3-1. Last game at Goodison Park. You know what? We need, you know, if we got a team that we're doing well against, it is Everton. I think Everton is the one team that we're kind of doing well against. Do you know what I mean? And hopefully we don't ruin that little bit of record. We seem to be ruining loads of records recently, you know. And I posted something on Twitter yesterday. And, you know, I was going through Man United's records. And Man United have broken a lot of good records over the years. We created great records, but we've lost those great records, you know, which is a shame. You know, but when you look at Man United and, you know, you look at the records that we have had over the years, you know, that we still have. And some of them I'm going to bring up now. Some of these records I'm going to bring up now, of course, in regards to what we still have. Of course, there is more. There is more. These are not the only records that Manchester United have, of course. But if you look at this, so I'm going to bring up this. So you look at this. Most league title wins in a row. Most league title wins in a row. Twice, 98, 99, 2000, and 2006, 2007, and 2008. So that is a decent record that we still have, of course. Longest unbeaten away run in English football history, 29, 2020, 2021. I believe that was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, wasn't it? I believe that was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, of course. Fewest goals conceded at home in a season, 94, 95. Man United only conceded four goals at home. Unbelievable, of course. Longest run without conceding a goal, 1,113 minutes in 2008-2009 season. Manchester United goalkeeper Edwin van der Sar, what a legend, kept 14 clean sheets in a row between November the 15th to February the 18th. My goodness me, what I wouldn't give for a record like that right now. What I wouldn't give for a record like that. Absolutely lovely record. Beautiful, mate. Beautiful. I feel like crying, guys. I really do. I really do feel like crying when I read records like that. It really does make me sad that where we were as a football club, we were somewhere, isn't it? We were breaking records, and we had loads of records that we've lost. You know, that's why Man United were the best team under Alex Ferguson in Premier League history. That's why I would say that every single player at Man United in regards to the 90s and the turn of the century should be a Man United player. Absolutely. Guys, thank you so much for watching the match preview. I'm back, of course, tomorrow for Breaking Dawn. Anything breaks, of course, I will be back, of course, live. Guys, thank you, everyone, for your support. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new. And please don't forget to smash a like on the video as well, if you guys could possibly do that for me. Thank you, everyone who's joined me. Man United 3, Everton 1. That's what I'm going for. Let me know your scores below. Let me know your team selections below. Really appreciate all your support as usual, guys. Have a fantastic day. Have a fantastic weekend. It is match day tomorrow, guys. That depends on Man United, really, innit? What kind of weekend we have, of course, guys. Have a great day. I'm Sal Warner. This is Chatterbox and the match preview. Take it easy. Peace.